wake up.
So it's 4:42 in the morning. This is usually when my day begins, around now.
This is what my day looks like. This is what every day looks like. Up between 4 and 5. Always up between 4 and 5. Cup of coffee, then I sit down at my computer. This is my favorite part.
See, it's these early morning hours that are the absolute most productive for me. No phone calls, no text messages, nothing's happening on social media, everyone else is asleep. It's just total focus.
That gives me between 5 and 7 a.m. to get some work done. 2 full hours before Francine's up. When she's up, we make breakfast.
Yes, I'm dreaming about them cinnamon rolls.
She leaves for school at 7:30. By 8 o'clock, I'm out the door on my run. My run always happens. For me, running this alone time is top priority. Back from the run before 10, shower, shave, get out the door.
I didn't know what I was doing.
9:45 a.m. Time to go to work. Commute to work. The commute to work, it's fast. I don't know, a 5-minute ride or so.
I didn't know where I was going till I abused it.
10. Try to always be in the office by 10, and then it's work.
Till I was out of there.
Busy work, email work, phone calls work, sitting in my office work, shooting in my office work, shooting outside work, having lunch. 368 work, meetings work, meeting with this guy work, talking to her work, getting it done work. Levi, I'll call you in 5. Leave the office before 6. 6 o'clock, headed home. 6 to 10 is family time, and it's non-negotiable. Baby's asleep before 10. I know she should be asleep sooner. We're terrible parents. Baby's asleep at 10. I go to the gym from 10 to 11. 11 o'clock, I pass out. Levi, what time do you wake up?
9 a.m.
Number one, just on a practical side, if you wake up early in the morning, like at 4:30 in the morning, you're gonna have some free time to yourself to make things happen, to take care of things that are important to you. Let's say you're the most ultra motivated guy in the world. When that alarm clock goes off, there's at least 50% of the time where you just, that soft little pillow is just caressing your head and you wanna stay there. And it takes discipline to go, nope, I'm gonna get up out of this bed and I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do. And that discipline that you have at that moment, you win that fight. That's a big victory. And then that pattern will carry out throughout the day. Because once you're up, well, now that I'm up, I might as well go work out because I'm already up and I feel good that I got up out of bed and I won that battle. Let me go win another battle. I'm gonna go get it done. And then when you show up at the office and there's someone that's got a big box of donuts that they're giving away for free, by the way. So they're just sitting there. It's almost like an insult not to take them. But when you've already gotten up early, you had the discipline there, you already worked out, you had the discipline there, and now you see the box of donuts, you're like, no, I'm not gonna eat the donuts. No donuts. You're not gonna do it. And that discipline carries on throughout the day. So now you take that and you expand that out over a week and a month, and you end up with more discipline. And it starts with that simple act of getting up and getting out of bed in the morning.
Discipline starts every day when the first alarm clock goes off in the morning. I say first alarm clock because I have 3. The moment the alarm goes off is the first test. It sets the tone for the rest of the day. The test is not a complex one. When the alarm goes off, do you get up out of bed or do you lie there in comfort and fall back asleep? If you have the discipline to get out of bed, you win. If you are mentally weak for that moment and you let that weakness keep you in bed, you fail. Though it seems small, that weakness translates to more significant decisions. But if you exercise discipline, that too translates to more substantial elements of your life. Okay, Jocko, let me try to butcher your bio a little bit. You were a Navy SEAL commander?
Lieutenant commander.
In the Navy SEALs, you did how many tours in Iraq?
I did 2 tours in Iraq.
And then you were a Navy SEAL instructor. So then you took your learnings from the battlefield and you taught future generations of SEALs what you learned.
Yeah, and a lot of times when people think about SEAL instructor, they think of what you see on TV.
We're a SEAL team. We're here to get you out.
That's not actually the instructing that I did. The instructing that I did was for SEALs that had already been through that basic training, and maybe they'd made multiple deployments overseas, but a SEAL platoon has to prepare and work together and get to know each other and learn how to function together as a team. And in order to get there, they go through pretty arduous training, actually extremely arduous training, and that was the training that I ran. Sometimes, even if you're the most highly motivated person in the world, that grind starts to beat you down a little bit. And that's when you have to stop looking at the short-term thing, because that's not getting you to get it done. And you got to look, okay, what is the long-term goal that I'm looking at? What am I really trying to get done in the long term? And you say, oh, you know what? I'm actually waking up today early so I can be ahead of the curve, so I can sell more of these widgets or whatever, so that I can buy a house. And you know what? Today matters. Today matters. This decision that I'm making right now is that first step. It's me taking one stroke, swimming in the right direction, heading towards the shore. And if I don't take this, I'm not making any progress.
Okay, Jocko, one piece of advice for someone who's thinking about whether it's waking up early or just having more discipline in their day. One piece.
Okay. Discipline equals freedom. That's the key piece of advice. So listen here.
Have you written a book called that yet?
I did write a book. It's right here.
Okay.
Yeah. The discipline equals freedom. We all want freedom, right? We all want to have freedom. We want to have financial freedom. We want to have more free time. We want to have physical freedom. That's what we want. Everyone wants freedom, of course. But if you want to have freedom in your life, the way to get to freedom is through discipline. That's how you get there. So if you want to be financially free, you have to have financial discipline. You have to save your money. You have to work hard to earn more money. You have to not buy stupid things that you don't actually need, right? You need to save that money and invest it properly. All that takes discipline. And if you have that kind of discipline, you'll end up with more freedom. If you want to have more free time, everybody wants more free time. But if you want more free time, how are you going to get it? You have to have more disciplined time management.
Less Fortnite, more work.
When you get done doing something that's a complete waste of time, how do you feel at the end of it?
Right, terrible.
Yeah. You feel happy while you're doing it. Oh, this is kind of fun. This is stimulating my brain a little bit. And then you get done with it and you realize that you could have done something productive and you don't feel good about it.
I was just explaining to this guy why I eat buckets of cold oatmeal every day, because I don't care about it. It's just healthy and I feel good all day.
Oh yeah, that's a great example, because everybody knows that when you're eating that cheeseburger, I mean, come on, that thing tastes
So
good.
good.
But literally, how bad do you feel 38 minutes when you've got done eating a cheeseburger and fries? You're suffering. You feel horrible.
Yeah.
What about the people that blame circumstance for not being able to take ownership and build that discipline? So they're just constantly like pointing outside themselves. How do they like acknowledge that? No, I have the opportunity right now.
Yeah, that's the fundamental core of where this is a problem, is when people look around and they blame, if they're in business, they blame the market, or they blame their competitors. Or if they're personal life, they blame their family, they blame their parents, they blame everyone else, and they never look at themselves and say, you know what, maybe it's not this is my fault, but what can I do about it?
But I'm never gonna find the tracks. I was surprised to see you standing in the cold.
So the question I get asked most often about my schedule is, where do I find the hours? Like, how am I not exhausted all the time from waking up so early? See, your hours of the day, that time is fungible, meaning you can take hours from one part of your day and move it to another part of the day. So I made a decision to take 2 worthless hours. Those are the hours between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. Those are like Netflix and chill hours. I took those hours, totally unproductive hours, I moved them to 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. So what used to be totally wasted hours are now totally useful hours. So now I go to bed at 11, but I get up at 5. And instead of having 2 hours of nonsense, I have 2 hours of hyper productivity first thing in the morning. Jocko has a fantastic podcast and a whole bunch of books, including this new one. Everything's linked below. Go check him out because it's great, right?
Well, I guess so if you say.
I appreciate the modesty. This is the book that I've read. It's fantastic. It's so good. Okay. And the kids' books.
Don't forget about those kids' books.
Thanks for coming by, Jocko.
Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.